This is Spud here from HitStartName.com, coming at you with another quick hit. Now, I know just as well as you do that games have blown up over the last, say, 10 years. They've really kind of went to a new level of popularity. A lot of people play video games now that would have never played video games back then. Would have never went near it. But they've grown to such a substantial amount that it's kind of hard to ignore them no matter what walk of life you're in at this stage of the game. You know, they are absolutely everywhere. And that's cool. It opened up a lot of new doors. You know, but there's still a lot of people who have that same kind of attitude that video games are kind of just for kids. You know, it's for kids and man-children and 40-year-old virgins. You know, none of which is entirely true. In fact, it's the complete opposite. Nothing could be further from the truth. And it's weird because they see people playing these games and they don't see what's going on. They see a lot of people being shot down, say maybe some big over-the-top kung fu moves or some puzzles being moved around the screen. You know, but they don't see the depth that's involved in gaming, the thing beyond the screen, the atmosphere of the adventure, the characters inside, the emotional attachment you get to these characters, which is a crying shame because they are really missing out. You know, I've played so many games over the years where I don't even know where to start as far as emotional attachment to the game's characters goes. You know, there are so many characters where my jaw hit the floor or something bad happened to them. I didn't know what to do with myself. These were my boys. These were like friends of mine almost. You know, they were people that I could see reflections of myself in often. You know, and there's just so much to these characters, so much appeal, so much character to these characters that it's kind of hard to ignore it. You know, it's really, really tough to just see sprites on screen that don't look like real people. You know, sprites on screen that look a little bit cartoony. You know, and a little bit cartoony, how can you take them seriously? No, it's not like that. Once you start playing the game, you see an entirely different side of gaming. You see an entirely different side of the story because unlike every other aspect of media out there, aspect of entertainment medium, with video games, you're in there. You know, you're not taking the outsider's view. You're not looking at it through a screen, through a window, reading it on a page, being told that story. You're engaged, you're involved in that story, you're part of that story. You're creating, in many ways, that story. If it wasn't for your involvement, that story wouldn't continue. It would stop dead in its tracks. If you walk out of a cinema, that movie's still going to tell its story. You know, if you stop reading a book, the story's still there. The full fucking thing. But if you stop playing a video game, the story stops. It's nothing without you, it needs you. So you become part of it, you become part of that world. And it's an incredible experience at times. You know, and you really come to get to know these characters and their trials and tribulations and what they go through and how they feel. For example, there's going to be a lot of spoilers from here on in, just to warn you. For example, I'm a big fan of the God of War series. I fucking love God of War. I have done it since the original game. And again, there's that emotional attachment that drives you through that entire game. Now, you can look at God of War and you can say, okay, I'm seeing one bald dude decapitate hundreds of other guys. What the fuck? Where's the emotional attachment? Where's the story there? But there's a great story from the very beginning of the first God of War all the way through to the end of the third one. And every breath that Kratos takes, I take with him. Every hit that he takes, I feel it. Every setback, as he wrestles with his own emotions, trying to keep his anger at bay at times and unleashing it at others, trying to find himself through this trial for retribution. You know, I'm right there with him every step of the way. You know, I felt Kratos' rage at times. When he died, I cried my heart out. I couldn't handle it. You know, because I could see a reflection of myself in that character. I could relate to him. I could relate to what he was going through, even though I never physically fist fought a Titan. But still, you know, and it doesn't just go for God of War, you know. Beyond Good and Evil, another brilliant example, as you play as Jade, and this whole world is in political turmoil and the upturns of revolution, and you're trying to take down this government, basically, expose them for what they are, and it being a video game, what they are happens to be aliens, but hey, that happens, you know. And you move along with her and you see her setbacks, and she's just this grounded reporter, if nothing else, trying to walk him undercover for a resistance, trying to get things in motion. But the world doesn't want anything to do with it. The world's fighting back. You know, the government are fighting back against her. She's trying. And at one stage, she just can't take it anymore. She finds out that all these orphans that she looks after have been kidnapped. And she just fucking breaks down and gives up. She can't do it. She just can't do it. It all got on top of her. It's overwhelming. She can't take it anymore. And I felt that, man. I felt my heart break for her. You know what I mean? There she was just sitting there with this dog, and the dog's kind of cuddling up to her and trying to keep her on the up and up. She doesn't want it anymore. She just wants it to be over. And if you can play that game and not feel that, I reckon there might be something up with you. You know what I mean? I reckon you might want to have yourself checked out there, bro. You know, it's serious amounts of emotion. It really is. It channels through these games in ways that it can't channel through anything else, because you don't have the same involvement in anything else. Hell, even the attachment that you get, the bonding that you do with your Pokemon in the Pokemon games, as you travel through the Pokemon world, as you breed up these little fucking cute-ass monsters, you know, so that they'll become big, ferocious, cute-ass monsters, and you fight side by side with them. And you feel it. These little animals. You feel it with them. And it's amazing. You know, sometimes you watch them grow from fucking eggs into huge monsters. And again, they're making this journey with you, step by step. And if they get knocked out in the heat of battle, it hurts. It doesn't just hurt them, it hurts you. They're not just sprites on a screen. It's not like that. It's incredible. Look at all those great games with great in-depth stories to them. Those incredible games that you just can't help but get emotionally attached to and feel every blow as the game goes on and on. Look at the likes of Enslaved, Odyssey to the West. Look at the likes of even the old Splatterhouse games and the Tale Late Hell of romance and horror. It's fantastic. And I can understand people from the outside looking in and not being aware of this, not understanding the attachment. Because you have to be in control sometimes to really understand it. You have to be there. You have to be there level by level, hour by hour, to truly understand. You have to try along with these characters. So for those who are watching who aren't into video games in that way and sitting back on, I don't know, just looks like a bunch of guys shooting each other to me, check it out. Check out one of those games that's heavy on the story. You know, check out one of those characters that's really well constructed. Play as them for a couple of hours, and then come back to me and see what you think. You could have a whole different outlook on it. A whole different outlook. It's a whole different ballgame once you're involved in these games. You see it in an entirely different light, and it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. This is Spud from HitStartNow.com, signing off. Good luck. Thank you for watching one of our HitStartNow.com quick hits. Normally at this stage of the video I'd ask you to like, share and subscribe. I'd also tell you that you can catch us on Facebook.com/HitStartNow or at HitStartNow on Twitter. Of course you can do all those things and they're all linked right down below if you're interested, and that would be great. We really want to hear from you. But I'm also here right now to tell you about the competition that we have on our Facebook page for 2 weekend tickets to PokeCon 2015 in Dublin, courtesy of PokeCon Ireland. In order to win, all you've got to do is like Hit Start Now on Facebook, like the picture and share the picture. You'll see the picture. It's got a picture of a Pokeball and a ticket on it. You can't miss it. It's right there on that Facebook page. So check it out, share it up, and you can be in with a chance to win 2 tickets to PokeCon in Dublin this year, 2015, this April. It's going to be a fantastic convention. You don't want to miss it. You got to get in on that Facebook page before March 13th, Friday, March 13th, 6 p.m. Do that thing. Thank you very much.